Be me 39 invisible shadow man. Exist only to serve my wife. She is sunlight, I am dirt. Married 15 years feels like seconds. Love her with desperate, pathetic devotion. Work 60 hours breaking my back. Every dollar earns her happy smile, or so I tell my mirror. She stopped smiling years ago, unnoticed. House is clean, cold, silent tomb. Come home late, dinner is cold. She sits on couch, scrolling phone. Hi honey, I say, voice cracking. She nods, eyes never leaving screen. Chest tightens, familiar crushing weight returns. I am ghost in my home. Walk to kitchen, eat standing up. Food tastes like ash and dust. Watch her from doorway, heart pounding. She is beautiful, slender, timeless grace. I am bulky, aging, rough edges. Do not deserve her, I know. Try to be useful, wash dishes. Clatter of plates breaks the silence. She sighs, loud and annoyed sound. Quiet please, she snaps, voice sharp. I freeze, apologize to the sink. Finish cleaning, hands shaking with need. Need for touch, for kind word. Walk to living room, sit close. Not touching, just sharing the air. She shifts away, creating physical gap. Gap feels like Grand Canyon chasm. How was your day? I ask. Fine, she says, ending the talk. Silence stretches, strangling the room's air. Glance at her hand, wedding ring. Gold band shines, mocking my loneliness. Remember the day I put it on. She cried happy tears back then. Now she only cries from frustration. Frustration with me, my very existence. Try to initiate, hand on knee. She flinches like I burned her. Not now, she hisses, eyes cold. Tired, she adds the usual lie. Remove hand, retreat into my shell. Rejection burns deeper than fire branding. Go upstairs, shower in the dark. Water hides the tears on face. Scrub skin red, feeling filthy inside. Why am I not enough for her? Climb into bed, stay on edge. She comes up hours later, silent. Lights out, darkness swallows us whole. She turns back, facing the wall. I stare at her sleeping back. Want to reach out, hold her. Fear of rejection paralyzes my arms. Sleep brings no peace, only dreams. Dreams of when she loved me. Morning comes, gray and bleak light. She is already up, making coffee. Smell of roast fills the kitchen. Attempt a morning kiss on cheek. She turns head, I kiss air. Late for work, she mumbles, dodging. I nod, accept the daily crumb. Drive to work, radio static buzz. Mind loops on her cold eyes. Maybe I need to work harder. Buy her gifts, earn her love. Cycle of desperate hope spins on. Months pass in this gray fog. Summer arrives, heat creates more distance. She spends more time out shopping. Gym, she says, looking fitter daily. Friends, she says, coming home late. I believe every word, blind fool. Happy she is finding herself again, even if she is losing me. One Tuesday, work ends early today. Drive home, hoping to surprise her. Maybe cook dinner, light some candles. Phone buzzes in pocket, email notification. Pull over to check, habit kicks. Subject line, health equity insurance claim. Frown, we haven't been to doctor, open email, squinting at small text. Read the claim details, confusion grows. Prenatal vitamins, ultrasound, obgyn visit listed. Heart stops, world tilts on axis. Read it again, letters swimming violently. Patient name is her, my wife. Date of service was last week. Hands start shaking, phone drops down. Pick it up, screen cracked now. Mind races, trying to find logic. Maybe it is a mistake, error. Maybe she is sick, hiding it. But prenatal vitamins mean one thing. Baby, we haven't touched in 8 months. Math does not add up here. Stomach churns, bile rises in throat. Sit in car, engine idling soft. Sun beats down, car acts oven. Cold sweat runs down my spine. The realization hits like freight train. She is pregnant. It is not mine. World shatters into million sharp shards. Gasp for air, lungs feel collapsed. Tears come hot and angry flood. My sun, moon, stars just died. Drive home, autopilot takes the wheel. Hands grip steering wheel, knuckles white. Pull into driveway, her car there. House looks same, lie made brick. Walk to door, legs feel heavy. Key and lock, sound is loud. Open door, step into the cool. She is in kitchen, humming song. Singing to herself, happy and light. She turns, sees me, smiles brightly. You're home early, she chirps, sweet. Smile looks genuine, first in years, because she carries another man's child. Rage ignites cold dark blue flame. We need to talk, I whisper. Voice sounds dead, hollow, not mine. Her smile falters, eyes flicker fear. She knows that I know now. She freezes, hand hovering over the counter. Talk about what? She feigns total ignorance. Her acting is terrible, insulting my intelligence. The baby, I say, voice barely steady. It is not mine, I state clearly. She laughs, a nervous and brittle sound. Don't be silly, she tries to deflect. We have been trying for so long. That is the point, I snap back. I am sterile, you know this fact. Silence stretches, tight as a piano wire. Her eyes harden, the sweetness vanishes instantly. So she spits the word at me. You failed, she says with cold eyes. I did what needed to be done. The cruelty takes my breath away completely. She stands there, judging my biological worth. I needed a child, she says simply. You were unable to provide one anon. She makes it sound like a transaction. He was just a tool, she explains. A means to an end, nothing more. My stomach churns, bile rises in throat. She slept with a stranger for utility. Who was it? I ask, feeling sick. She waves her hand, dismissing the question. Tinder, she answers like it is nothing. Just some guy, I don't know him. She thinks this makes it much better. It actually makes it 1,000 times worse. She threw our vows away for nothing. For a biological itch she needed scratched. It is our baby, she insists now. You will be the father on paper. She has planned this entire scenario out. I am to raise another man's spawn. I am to pay for her betrayal. No, I say, the word feeling heavy. She looks shocked that I would refuse. You have to, she says, voice rising. We are married, this is our life. Not anymore, I say, turning from her. Panic finally sets in on her face. She realizes I am not just venting. She realizes her plan is falling apart. You can't leave me pregnant, she shrieks. I can and I will, I reply. I walk past her towards the bedroom. She grabs my arm, nails digging in. You are weak, she screams at me. A real man would step up now. I look at her hand on me. I feel nothing but disgust and pity. I shake her off, she stumbles back. A real wife wouldn't cheat, I say. I enter our room, now as strangers. Suitcase comes down from the dusty closet. She stands in the doorway watching me. She switches tactics, tears start to flow. I'm sorry, she sobs, falling to knees. I just wanted us to be happy. I wanted a baby with your eyes. But you couldn't, she adds, twisting knife. Even in apology, she blames my body. I pack shirts, avoiding her teary gaze. My hands shake, folding the fabric clumsily. This was the woman I worshipped daily. Now she is a stranger with secrets. Please don't go, she begs, crawling closer. We can fix this, I promise you. It might be yours. She lies again. The desperation in her voice is pathetic. The doctor said there is a chance. She thinks I am stupid, easily manipulated. I zip the bag, the sound loud. I am not taking that gamble, I say. I walk past her out the room. The house feels like a movie set. Everything is fake, props in a play. She follows me, grabbing at my shirt. You are ruining everything. She screams again. Her mood swings are violent and sharp. 1 minute begging, next minute attacking me. I reach the front door, heart pounding. Where will you go? She demands angrily. Away from you is my only answer. I step out into the evening heat. The door slams shut behind my back. I get in car, toss bag over. She is at the window watching me. Her face is twisted in ugly rage. I start the engine, radio comes on. A love song plays, mocking my pain. I back out, leaving my life behind. Tears blur my vision, hot and stinging. I drive to a cheap motel nearby. Check in, the clerk doesn't look up. Room smells like stale smoke and regret. I sit on the bed, staring blankly. Phone buzzes. It is her. Text message. You are abandoning your child, it reads. She is trying to guilt trip me. I turn the phone off, silence falls. The silence is louder than her screaming. I am alone in a strange room. The weight of it all crushes down. My marriage is over, my life gone. I lie back, staring at the ceiling. Sleep does not come, only dark thoughts. Morning comes too fast, light is cruel. I have to go to work today. I have to pretend everything is fine. I shower, water feels cold on skin. Put on same clothes, feel like trash. Drive to office, autopilot engaged once more. Sit at desk, stare at glowing screen. Boss walks by, asks how I am. Living the dream, I lie through teeth. He laughs, clapping my shoulder, walks away. He doesn't know my world has ended. Phone buzzes again. I turn it on. 20 missed calls, all from my wife. Photos of ultrasound sent to my number. Look at our baby, the caption reads. She is insane. She is actually crazy. She thinks a picture fixes the betrayal. I feel nausea wave over me again. Run to bathroom, dry heave over sink. Look in mirror, eyes red and hollow. I look like a ghost of myself. I need a lawyer. I need help. Leave work early, cannot focus on spreadsheets. Google search for divorce attorneys in town. Find one with good reviews, shark type. Call the number, make appointment for tomorrow. Go back to motel, hide from world. Order pizza, tastes like cardboard and ash. Watch TV, static noise fills the void. Days bleed into a week of limbo. She keeps texting. Updates on the baby. He kicked today, she sends to me. She is delusional, playing happy family solo. I meet the lawyer, a stern man. He listens, takes notes, nods his head. We need a DNA test, he says. Prenatal is possible but expensive, he warns. I don't care about money, I say. I need the truth in black ink. Lawyer drafts the papers, motion to file. She is served the papers at work. Phone explodes with calls minutes later. I answer finally, ready to end this. How could you sue me? She screams. We are married, you are embarrassed me. She worries about her image, not us. Take the test, Sarah, I say calmly. If it is mine, I stay. I lie, I will not stay regardless, but I need her to agree now. Fine, she yells, you will see. She sounds confident, it scares me deeply. What if she is right? What then? No, the math does not add up. We schedule the test for next Tuesday. I show up. She is already there. She looks tired, pale, but defiant still. She tries to hug me. I flinch. Don't touch me, I whisper, stepping back. Nurses look at us, sensing the tension. They take blood. It is over quickly. Results in a few days, doctor says. We walk out. She stops at car. Come home, she says, voice very small. The house is empty without you there. It is not my home anymore, I say. I drive away. She stands in lot. 3 days later, the email comes in. My hands shake holding the phone up. Open the PDF. Scroll to the bottom. Probability of paternity is 0%. I stare at the number. 0%. Relief washes over me like cool water. Then grief hits, heavy and suffocating again. It is real. It is really over. I forward the email to her immediately. No text, no words, just the file. My phone rings instantly. I decline it. She texts. The test is wrong. She texts. They swap the samples. She cannot accept reality even now. I call my lawyer. It's done, I say. File for divorce. Irreconcilable differences. Adultery. I want her out of my life. I sit on the motel bed again. I am free, but I feel empty. The love I had is truly dead. I mourn the child that never existed. I mourn the wife I thought I had. Lawyer confirms papers served at noon. I imagine her face reading them. Panic setting in, cold and sharp. Phone vibrates on the nightstand table. 10 missed calls in 5 minutes. Voicemail icon blinks like a warning. I turn the phone off completely. Silence is the only friend now. Next day I go to house. Lawyer said she would be gone. Driveway is empty. House looks dark. Key feels heavy in my hand. Unlock the door to past life. Air is stale, thick with dust. Avoiding the nursery door is priority. Cannot bear to see the crib. Pack my clothes into black bags. Quick and efficient. No sentimental pauses. Hear a car door slam outside. Footsteps running up the concrete path. She bursts through the front door. Face stained with tears and mascara. You can't just leave like this. Her voice cracks, high and desperate. I keep packing, do not look. Talk to me, she screams loud. There is nothing to say, I reply. She grabs my arm, nails digging. It was a mistake, one time. The truth finally comes out now. Who was he? I ask calmly. She freezes, looking at the floor. Coworker, it meant nothing, she sobs. It meant a child, I say. A child that is not mine. She falls to her knees crying. We can raise him together still. The audacity hits me like bricks. She wants me to raise him. To raise another man's bastard son. No, I say, I am done. Walk past her towards the door. She grabs my leg, dragging me. I shake her off with force. Get a lawyer, I tell her. Step out into the cool air. Sun is shining, it feels wrong. World should be dark like me. Get in car, lock the doors. She bangs on the window glass. Mouth moving, screaming words I block. Reverse out of the driveway fast. Leave her kneeling on the pavement. Watching in rear view mirror fade. Drive until the city lights blur. Rent a small studio apartment downtown. Just a bed and a lamp. It is quiet. It is lonely. Lawyer calls with updates next week. She is fighting for the house. She wants alimony and child support, even knowing the child is 0. She has no case, lawyer says, but she will drag this out. Months pass in a gray blur. Court dates and mediation meetings scheduled. I see her across the table. She looks tired, angry, and old. The baby bump is visible now, a cruel reminder of her betrayal. My lawyer presents the DNA evidence. Her lawyer looks down, defeated, silent. Judge reviews the file in silence. Paternity is 0, the judge states. She tries to speak, sobbing loudly. He promised to love me forever. Judge bangs gavel, order in court. Divorce granted, no alimony, no support. I walk out of the courthouse, free from her legal hold finally, but the chest pain remains there. Friends try to take me out. You dodged a bullet, they say, does not feel like a dodge. Feels like I took a wound. I see happy couples everywhere I go, holding hands, laughing in the park. I wonder if she is cheating. I wonder if he knows truth. Cynicism poisons every single thought I have. I focus entirely on my career. Promotions come. Bank account grows larger. Money cannot buy back lost trust. 1 year later, I see her. Grocery store aisle near the milk. She is pushing a cheap stroller. Baby is crying loud and shrill. She looks exhausted, hair in mess. No ring on her left hand. She spots me and freezes solid. Shame floods her face, turning red. She starts to wave, hand shakes. I look at the crying child, dark hair, dark eyes, not me. I turn my cart around slowly, walk away without saying a word, leave her in the dairy aisle, drive home to my quiet house, sit on the porch, watch sunset. The silence is not empty anymore. It is peaceful, it is mine. Second story. Be me, 25-year-old female sitting alone in my silent house, coffee warms. My cold, shaking hands silence is better than their noise living next door to my father, only family that ever wanted me. Childhood memories are dark and heavy. Mom loved her secrets more than me. Dad left when I was 5. He found out about her affair. She brought him home. While Dad worked a stranger in our own house, half-sister, born 9 months later, product of her lies. And sin, Dad gave Mom the house then. Price to erase his name there. He paid support, but left me. I stayed with Mom and him. Until I was 8 years old. Affair partner did not want me. He only wanted his own blood. Mom dropped me off at Dad's, left me on the front porch. Never looked back at my tears, crushing weight of rejection. Felt heavy. Half-sister hated my guts too. She was the golden child. Then Grandpa liked me better than her. She screamed. She had no sister. 17 years of total radio silence. I built a life without them, owned my home and safe space. Therapy healed the worst of scars, learned to love the quiet life. Suddenly, my phone starts to ring. Unknown number flashes on the screen. Ignore it like I always do. It rings again and again now. Curiosity kills the cat, they say. I pick up the damn phone, sobbing voice on the other end, sound of pure desperation. And fear. It is her. After all this, half-sister calling for my help. Mom kicked her out of house. New husband does not want her. Irony tastes bitter in my mouth. She asks if she can stay, claims she has nowhere to go. Father cut her off years ago, 6 hours away from my home. She knows where I live now. Panic rises in my chest. Fast social awkwardness turns into cold rage. I tell her we are strangers. I have no sister. Never did. Hang up the phone, hands shaking. She calls back from different numbers, block them all one by one. Maternal family starts blowing up phone. Grandmother, who ignored me for years, calling me selfish and an asshole, demands I help family in need. They say she is pregnant now. History repeating itself in worst way. She slept with a random guy and his son, who is 18. Sick feeling in my stomach grows. She is outside my house now, sitting on my porch with bags, crying fake tears for the audience. Heavy fists pound against the wood, screams tear through the quiet evening. Neighbors peek through their closed blinds. She puts on a dramatic show, wailing about cruelty and abandoned family. Clutching her stomach for extra pity, phone in hand, recording her performance coldness, spreads through my veins, instantly dial the non-emergency police number voice steady. As a frozen lake report a trespasser on my property. Refuse to engage with her tantrums, blue lights flash against the window. Two officers step onto the porch. She launches into her rehearsed story. Claims this is her home, two lies spill from her mouth. Effortlessly says I locked her out unfairly. Officer knocks on my front door, open it with chain still attached, calm demeanor. Contrasts her frantic hysterics, show them my ID and deed state clearly. She does not live here, she screams, I am her brother. I look her in the eyes. Tell officer I have no sister, the lie tastes sweet like vengeance. Officer asks her to leave now. She resists and grabs the railing. Ugly scene unfolds on my lawn. They have to physically remove her, screaming profanities as they drag her. Patrol car doors slam shut. Finally silence returns to the street outside. But my phone begins buzzing again, messages from mom filled with hate. She is rallying the entire family. They think I am a monster. Maybe I am becoming one now. Block their numbers without reading texts, pour a drink, and sit down. Darkness in the room feels comforting. Shadows dance in the corner of eye. Reflection in glass looks stranger to me. Memories of childhood abuse surface slowly. Mom always chose her over me. Golden child, could do no wrong. I was the scapegoat. The mistake now, the roles have finally reversed. I have the power and control. They are the ones begging outside. A twisted smile forms on lips. Morning comes with a lawyer letter. Mom is threatening to sue me, claims I owe them parental support. Legal threats are their new weapon. Read the letter and start laughing. They really think they can win. Call my lawyer and explain situation. He tells me to sit tight. They have no case against me. But the harassment is just starting. Pizza deliveries arrive every hour. Unordered taxis honk outside for phantom passengers. They listed my house on Craigslist. Free electronics for anyone who knocks. Strangers showing up at all hours. Sleep becomes a distant lost memory. Paranoia starts to set in deep. By security cameras for every angle. Watching the feed becomes an obsession. See a familiar car slow down. It is my stepfather's beat-up truck. He parks across the street, watching, just sitting there menacingly for hours. Grip the kitchen knife. Two tight knuckles turn white against the handle. Urge to go outside is strong. Violent thoughts intrude on my mind. Restrain myself and lock the doors. He drives away after 3 hours. This is psychological warfare, not love. They want to break my sanity. Decide to leak the truth online. Write a post about the incest. Detail the father and son affair. Include the pregnancy and the eviction. Hit post and wait for explosion. Heart hammers against my bruised ribs. Refresh the page. For the 100th time, view count climbs higher. Every single second comments are flooding in. Way too fast. Strangers expressing their absolute unfiltered disgust. Sharing the story on every local platform. Links to their profiles get posted everywhere. Local community Facebook page picks it up. The town gossip mill starts to churn. Phone stops ringing for the first time. The silence is louder than the chaos. They are busy dealing with the fallout, staring at the screen with empty eyes. Memories of him flood. My broken mind thought he was my soulmate back. Then his smile used to light up rooms. Never noticed the darkness hiding behind it. He chose his father over his child. He chose perversion over a normal life. Touching my stomach, where the baby grows. Innocent life caught in this sick web. Tears fall silently onto the cold keyboard. Loved him more than I loved myself. That love has curdled into pure hate. Notification sound breaks my trance like glass. Someone found their home address and posted pizza deliveries shift to their house. Now sweet irony tastes like ash in mouth. Hear sirens wailing in the far distance. Blue lights flash against the living room. They are not coming for me tonight. Peer through the blinds at the street. Police cruisers swarm the house. Down road neighbors gathering on their lawns to watch. Stepfather's truck is still parked out there. He is not in it anymore, though. See him being led out in cuffs. Stepbrother follows with his head hung low, watching the man I loved get arrested. Should feel a rush of victory. Now only feel a hollow gaping chest. Wound. Phone buzzes with a text from mom. She just saw the post online, finally asking if the baby is really his. Asking why I never told her before. Cannot bring myself to answer her. Yet watch the police cars drive away slowly. The street returns to a heavy silence. Turn off the computer and the lights, sit in the dark, holding my stomach. Revenge did not fix the broken heart. Revenge did not bring him back to me. He is gone forever into the system. I am left here with the ghosts. The house feels too big and quiet. Paranoia slowly fades into deep, crushing grief. Realization hits me like a freight train. Destroyed my own family for survival. No turning back from this scorched earth. Close my eyes and try to sleep. Nightmares will be different from now on. No more monsters chasing me down hallways. Just the face of the boy I loved looking at me with betrayal and hate. Morning comes with a gray, bleak light. Pack my bags to leave this town. Nothing left for me here but pain. Leave the key under the dusty mat. Walk to the bus station alone today. Ticket to anywhere but this cursed place. Look back one last time at house. Memories burn, but the fire is out. Bus engine roars to life like beast. Step onto the steps and don't look. Find a seat near the back window. Watch the familiar streets roll on by. Childhood park where we used to play. High school where we first held hands. All tainted by the truth. I know hand rests on my stomach once again. We will start over somewhere brand new. Just me and this little innocent life. No more secrets and no more lies. Block every number associated with the past. Throw the SIM card out the window. Watch it bounce on the asphalt road, severing the last tie to that hell. Close my eyes and finally breathe deep. The weight is gone, but scars remain. Bus merges onto the open highway. Now future is a blank, terrifying white page, better than the black ink of past. Whisper a final goodbye to the boy who never really existed anyway. Just a phantom I fell in love with. Bus disappears into the morning gray mist.